Hi guys, how's it going and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing yesterday's 1-0 win away at Exeter. If you do go on to enjoy today's match review, please do smash like and subscribe and comment your thoughts on yesterday's result down below. But without further ado, let's get into the match review. So what a result it was, massive result in the course of our season. Grit and determination from the squad and those on the bench, clear to see, supporting each other throughout, especially towards the end of the second half. We now have a strong platform to build from, if you like, which evidently wasn't there before after our poor run of form and start to the season, which is absolutely massive, like I say, for the course of the rest of the season. And of course, we do have a massive game coming up on Saturday at home to Oxford, who have also had a tough start to the season, especially with the quality that they have in their squad. So that'll be a massive, interesting game for both sides. We'll have to see what happens, but like I say, this is a massive building platform, and let's just talk about the course of the game. So I suppose first half was very difficult for us. There was absolutely no football that was played on our behalf, and Exeter were very, very solid. They put lots of balls into the box and got lots of set pieces and corners. Threatening from throw-ins even, got lots of dangerous crosses in, and didn't really have too many shots. Didn't really threaten Southwood too much, other than him having to come out and maybe punch a few and catch a few crosses, that is. But I suppose the main issue was they probably lacked a bit of quality in the final third. They, crossed a lot of balls across the front of goal and just couldn't get themselves onto it. Too far away from the front two, if you like. So, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one because they probably could have been 2 or 3-0 up at half-time. But we managed to ride out the bad luck and, managed to come back out second half the better side, which was absolutely key. And to be honest, after the first few games of the season, I really didn't see it coming because obviously Wade Elliott has struggled to keep the team going after half-time, and that's been pretty clear to see. So, massive positive that we managed to come out the second half and, put a decent performance out from the get-go, obviously picking up an early goal in the second half, about 10 minutes into the second half, from Dano Lundaloo. It was a lovely bit of pass and play in the build-up. From the likes of, I think it was Taylor Parry, Alfie May, and I want to say Sean Long, who did the passing, but it might have been Freeston. I think it was Freeston. Did a little triangle and then played it down the line to Taylor Parry, who played it in on his left foot, straight to the path of Dano Lundaloo, who was unmarked, managed to get a good touch, and then with an absolutely brilliant finish past goalkeeper Jamal Blackman, who is a very good goalkeeper. And to say that we've managed to beat a team with, him in goal is very, very good to see that our strikers are, starting to become lethal when called upon, and when we do get our chances that they do take them. So, massive positive in that aspect, and obviously very, very good play at times in the second half. Massively different to the first. Probably some of the best football we've played all season so far in the second half at times. Didn't carry it out through the whole course of the second half, but, it's not going to happen overnight. We didn't expect to get 3 points away at Exeter. It's a difficult place to go at the best of times, especially when you're on the form that we were on, and especially seeing as they beat us 7-0 at our place in the Cup. So, we were surprised, but it's clear to see that there is something going on behind the scenes, and Wade Elliott is starting to get something right. My one worry is that, obviously, of course, in the first half, there didn't really seem to be any game plan. There was no plan B. There didn't really seem to be a plan A. And yes, we rode out the bad luck, but I don't think we should need to. We need to have a bit more belief in ourselves and be a bit less conservative at times, I think. We did very little with the ball when we had it. I think we finished the first half on about 29 passing accuracy. Very, very poor. That needs to be improved on, and it was improved on in the second half. But over the course of the 90 minutes, we need to be better. We were very, very lucky yesterday that we managed to come away with 3 points, because I think any other team, any other day, even Exeter on another day, wouldn't have let us get 3 points because they would have just taken their chances better. So it's a very lucky one, but we take the positives, but we also need to take the negatives and improve on them. And I think now it's clear to see, really clear as day, crystal clear to see where the issues lie after getting 3 points, and there still being some pretty obvious issues. And Wade Elliott needs to improve on those. And I think if and when he does, we will start picking up a lot more points, and we might find ourselves in contention for another good mid-table finish. But I'm not going to get excited because yesterday's performance over the course of 90 minutes still wasn't great. One player I do want to talk about, other than Dan and Lundaloo, of course, is Lewis Freeston. What a performance. Commanded the defence brilliantly, almost captain material at times. put his body on the line, made some brilliant interceptions, made some brilliant tackles and some good passing play as well. Headed it away on a few occasions, and like I say, just generally showed passion. Caleb Taylor was probably the only defender that was even close to him yesterday in terms of quality, and it's great to see that he's come on leaps and bounds from last season, because I like Lewis Freeston. He's a great lad off the pitch. He has a lot of time for the fans. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He was poor last season at times. You know, he probably wasn't quite starting 11 squad quality. He might have, a lot of people were saying he wasn't even League One quality, and I think at times that was fair to say. He made too many mistakes and he was very, very shaky, and I'm sure that he would even admit that himself. But the amount that he has come on in his recent performances and the quality that he's shown, even since the start of the season, has been absolutely brilliant, and yesterday was the best I've ever seen him play. Honestly, I don't think I could fault him for a moment in the 90 minutes. And it's clear to see why Wade is believing in him a lot more. Because I do think that if he continues in this way, he'll definitely be starting week in, week out. But to be perfectly honest, I think the current squad is lacking a bit of leadership. You know, the captain in Sean Long, across the course of the 90 minutes, he isn't really showing much leadership and control over the squad. And I do think that there's, some other faces in the squad that should be above him in the pecking order for captain. Obviously, currently that's Alfie May. But I think if Lewis Freeston carries on the way he's been going and the way that he played and commanded the squad and defence, especially yesterday and over the course of the last few games, he genuinely could be in the pecking order high up for the captain role. And that sounds silly, but if you look at it face value, he genuinely could be. And like I say, it does sound a bit silly, especially the quality and experience that he showed last season, and you do need an experienced head as captain, and he probably hasn't got that. But he's been in the team for 3 seasons. He came in the summer before he won the title. He knows the squad, he knows the club, so there's definitely potential there. He just needs to carry it on. But it's brilliant to see that he is making an improvement slowly but surely. And I think, I just hope the best for him, because he's a brilliant lad and there's definitely something there for him. I think another thing that needs to be talked about is the general mentality of the squad. After a first half like that, none of us expected us to get anything from the game. We thought we'd be going home with no points on the board, bottom of the league, not looking good. But, to get a goal early on shows strong mentality. Dan and Lundadu showing really good passion. The whole squad, towards the end, putting their body on the line, really, really going for it. Passion like I've never seen before this season, which is good to see, and hopefully that carries on, and that positivity, like I say, becomes a building platform to go and progress from further on throughout this season. And obviously that goal, what a well-worked goal, what a great goal, coming almost against the run of play, but we did have a few chances before and after. But honestly, scenes, and you could tell by the celebrations, because none of us were really expecting it. But Dan and Lundaloo was loving it, coming to celebrate with the fans. Taylor Perry was loving it, and he doesn't usually show too much passion. He normally just gives it a bit of a shh for a celebration. But he was absolutely loving it, and it's great to see that the lads are starting to get a bit of passion and almost build a better connection with the fans, because that was a really, really good sign moving forward in terms of mentality, like I say. Finally, I suppose we have to talk about the goal scorer, Dan and Lundaloo, and once again, what a performance. Probably wouldn't get man of the match purely because I think of how good Lewis Freeston truly was. But what a finish, and also the amount of movement that he does off the ball. He's great for tackling, he's great for strength, he's good in the air, he's good at running, he's got great passing ability. There's nothing that Dan and Lundaloo doesn't have. The one negative he does have at times is mentality, in terms of sometimes he makes silly tackles. The last few games he's been getting silly bookings, almost can be a bit of a hothead at times. But in terms of footballing ability, there is literally nothing that he can't do at this level. He's starting to show really, really strong passion for the club, and that was shown in his post-match interview. Really positive, even his posture and expressions. He's really, really getting into it and building a strong, heartfelt bond with the club, the staff, the players, the fans, and he's evidently really, really enjoying his time here and the effect that he's having on the squad. Excellent stuff to see. But like I say, in general, yesterday we can't get ahead of ourselves. There's still a long, long way to go to get solid 3 points. Every few games getting a few 3 points, and a point every now and again. Not too many losses will keep us up, and that's all the goal is. But I still think we're a long way off that. even though Oxford have struggled so far, Saturday will be a massive, massive challenge against a very good side on home turf. But we keep our fingers crossed that we can get a result. I'd happily take a point, but 3 points is definitely a potential. Hopefully we do catch them on another rough day. Obviously they are on poor form, like I said. Hopefully we can catch them on that poor run of form and that they don't bounce back. But yeah, fingers crossed. Feel free to comment your thoughts on yesterday's game down below. If you're an Exeter or a Cheltenham fan, I'm open to hearing any opinions. Obviously we did time waste a lot, and we did show a lot of shit hours, right? It's fair to say. So I probably will get a couple negative comments from Exeter fans, and that's completely fair enough, because if I was an Exeter fan, I'd probably be a bit annoyed as well. But unfortunately, that's the way that modern football works. But I'm not complaining as a Cheltenham fan. 3 points is 3 points, and it's desperate times after the start of the season. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please smash like and subscribe. Massively appreciated. Have a class rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.